Grand Final, Tomb of the Spider Queen. We got another qualifier here, and as I already explained a bit earlier, today we have the qualifier for all of the mid-tier teams. We got the Cats and Team Kayak. Now you might argue that's a little bit mean to actually call the Cats a mid-tier team, but so far they are still moving in the 5th to 8th place usually in most of the tournaments that they're participating in. And the reason why I'm saying like this is more of a mid-tier tournament now is because, again, it's one of 10 qualifiers, and the teams can decide which qualifiers they want to participate in, which qualifiers they don't want to participate in. But the more important part is that a lot of the top teams are not actually playing in this one because they're already on their way to Paris or just preparing for Paris, where the Masters Clash is taking place in 2 days. This is where the whole thing starts. So that's an opportunity for the teams that you see here to lock some points in, to make it into the playoffs, to just get a spot in the top 8 at the end of all of the 10 qualifiers. And that's what we have here. We got the Cats and we got Team Kayak. And Team Kayak actually took Team Ash down. So Team Ash was defeated in the first round of the tournament by the boys in red, and then afterwards they moved through the Bunker Crew in the semifinal, as we're now heading into this. If you're unfamiliar with the format, it's pretty simple. We have 10 qualification tournaments. The teams, they can play in them. They don't have to. They can pick and choose which tournaments they want to participate in. But the more tournaments you play in, and the farther you go in these tournaments, the more points you accumulate throughout the 10 qualifiers, and then at the end of that season, the top 8 teams in the ranking, they move on to the playoffs, where they play for 4,000 euros of prize money, all sponsored by Mr. X. We still got our anonymous donor, hence the name X Cup, that is supporting the European scene here. But this is the 4th season of the X Cup. Yeah, and things are currently looking good for our grand final. Again, none of the top names here, but that could make it quite interesting. We got Captain Rex starting things up with Rhaegar. We got Hanzo and Herath. Other way around. And again, obviously, once that we're heading into the playoffs, this is a completely different ball game. Then we have 4 days of Heroes of the Storm in a row. We have best of 5s. We have double elimination systems. So this is really the big event, and the big X Cup, the real X Cup. These are all just smaller qualifiers that lead up to it, which is why in the early rounds we start with best of 1s, and then the semis and the grand final are best of 3s. Sylvanas, Johanna, and Hogger for Tomb of the Spider Queen. First time today that we have Tomb. Bans, Garden was banned, Sky Temple was banned, Towers of Doom and Dragonshire were banned. So those are all out for the series. As are, at least for now, Muradin and Genji. So, what are the Cats going to do? The Cats had a little bit of a break. They played the first semifinal, so they could watch the second, kind of figure out what exactly they wanted here. And actually a couple of them were also in Twitch and were like, we don't even know who we want to win. So they didn't really have a favorite out of the 2 teams in the semis, but they had plenty of opportunity to watch the team play. Alex Trazer, alright. Now I'm going to call a missed opportunity here. If you're already willing to go into Alex, then at least pick a Stitches. Give me that Stitches, that hungry for more, and go full globe. So you have Tomb of the Spider Queen, a great globe map. Stitches isn't bad here either. And then you have Alex for even more globes. All those hit points. How many hit points do you want? Yes. All of them. Last pick, Drakia. After we got Mephisto, we have Greymane. The Double Wolf tag team once again. Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1. Qualifier number 6 for the X Cup Summer. It is the grand final between the Cats and Team Kayak. The Cats pick the dogs. Greymane played by Drakia and Captain Rex on Rhaegar. We got Horny O on Diablo. Soaking on Yrel, and Herath is playing Hanzo. Yeah, we actually talked a little bit about Hornio earlier. I mean, obviously his real nick is Octa, and that's probably what the O refers to, but that's a bit boring. So what does the O stand for in his nickname? Like, my personal favorite so far was Horny Octopus, because it immediately reminds me of the boys, and reminds me that the Deep just fucks anything that he gets his hands on. It's kind of disgusting, honestly. We got on the right side of the map, Master Chips and Hogga, J-Hard on Sylvanas, Torjon playing Johanna, Link on Alexstrasza, and Pepe Hands on Mephisto. But The Boys, obviously, great series. If you haven't watched it yet, definitely check it out. It's one of those series also where every single season and every single episode, you have at least one moment where you're just sitting there and you don't want to look at your screen and you're just like, I don't want to watch this. Please don't show me that. I don't want to see it. Every single time. And every time you think that they're finally done and this is how low it can get and there's just nothing, you know, that can shock you anymore, it turns out that there's a lot more things that you can technically fuck that you shouldn't fuck that they come up with. So yes, anybody that watched the show knows exactly what I'm talking about. And if not, then I really would like to introduce you to the deep and to the boys, because it's wild. But anyways, we got our first kill in. So, yep, kill number 1 goes to the cats. They are rotating between the lanes, as you can see right now. And the camps are being claimed as we got 4 linked on level 1, the Circle of Life. Still a little bit sad that we don't have Stitches here. I mean, seriously. We had it once and it was just great fun. I'm not saying it's the best pick here, so don't get me wrong. I'm not arguing that it would be the best draft that they could have gone for. But it would have been fucking funny. But alright, so Grand Final continues. We got on level 1 also the Light of Karabor. And yes, they get the Siege Giants at the bottom of the map. Siege Giants are going to be claimed. And yes, also a bit of a lost opportunity on Johanna. So she didn't go for the Laws of Hope. Nobody's really capitalizing on the level 1 talent from Alexstrasza. Instead, we're getting Zealous Glare. Another great talent, don't get me wrong. But if you have already an Alex in that gives you just one more globe after another, just use it. Use it as best as you can and just murder. But okay, so we got level 4 talents, rotation is still happening, the teams are just locking in a couple of gems for themselves. Nothing insane, nothing crazy, but everybody is just willing to try and see if they can maybe get a quick kill here, if their rotation can catch somebody unaware. So far it really hasn't happened too much, but we're getting there. 4 stacks for Alexstrasza, she's of course going to try and complete that ASAP, so that she gets some value out of it. All the way up at the top. We're currently seeing J-Hut moving back as well. And here comes Mephisto. Already firing up a little bit. Yeah, get his 8 stacks together. Gets a few more hits in on soaking. 18 gems are there. And Urel really has to hop out of this one. Drakia is helping out though. But even Onio might be in trouble for just a second here. They're not quite done with Greymin either, as it seems. So Team Kayak is definitely starting to explore uncharted waters over here as they're diving deep into enemy territory. Honey all getting attacked now too. And let's see what they can pull off in the mid lane with the camp that they just locked in. The Bruiser camp. Try and take a tower down. Possibly, of course. I mean, Sylvanas is against them and so is Mephisto, so you gotta be really careful how you approach this. Those two can pack a punch, and Sylvanas is of course helping to just lock all of those minions out so that they can easily clean those. But we got 21 gems already delivered by the cats. Yeah, they hope to get the first objective here. Only a single kill, but a bit of a lead here. And we got level 7 any second now. 41 gems, they could technically try and get the full turn in. Mephisto is already interrupting it as best as he can. Yeah, a few more got delivered. Captain Rax gets interrupted again by both using their abilities. But the fight is now pretty much on, especially since Urel is occasionally making a visit in the mid lane, looking to see if they maybe go for a battle here. Oh, Johanna, Jojo, 23 gems, and she's dead. The gems get collected by Sylvanas, but that's kill number 2. The tank is gone. And they're going for Drakia again. 16 stacks, but he's still fine. 30 gems have been pushed in. 30 now there. And, well, we're waiting, of course, now for level 10 and still for the first turn-in. So, if they can wow, if they could take Sylvanas down, can you imagine her losing the 33 gems? That would be brutal. But here's the turn-in. And we got the Web Weavers. Web Weaver wave number 1 incoming. And of course, with the lead and experience, that's an opportunity to pull ahead a bit. Maybe even get level 10. Try and attack with that. Go for the second turn in. 90 stacks for Diablo. So if he's the one biting the bullet there eventually, it's also going to work out. They're starting to push at the top a bit initially. Sees the rotation, slows it down a bit. Has to be careful with Jojo moving in from the side, but they are fine. Still pushing this as best they can. Urel is all alone at the bottom of the map, by the way. She's completely solo there. So she can now move into the middle after taking the minion wave down, and she will get value on both lanes. Mephisto gets murdered. Yeah, who's the bigger evil, huh? Diablo coming in and getting the kill together with Hanzo. They take the wall down, they go for the fort, and at the bottom of the map the same happens as in the mid lane. The fort also is taking some damage. Damn, son, they're getting real value out of this one. They're cats, ladies and gentlemen, clawing their way through the outer ring of defense, locking in a level 10 talent that allows them to go ham on the mid lane now. They took the first fort down. They now go down to the bottom of the map in the mid lane as they're hoping for more. And Jesus, this is the first turn-in. This is the first Web Weaver wave, and look at it. With level 10 abilities, they might get all 3 forts. What the hell? That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. The cats, they're going through the early game like hot butter through cheese, dropping Team Kayak wherever they stand now. It's only 3 kills to 0, but I think we are guaranteed to see a few more happening. And taking all 3 forts down is just nasty. It's absolutely nasty. They're stealing the camp away. They're stealing everything. They're total bullies. Stealing the lunch money, their girlfriend. And, well, yep, that's gonna be maybe even the wall in the middle. And they have another turn-in. They can get another turn-in as well. Absolutely brutalizing the opponent's team right now. It's crazy. So at this point, side lane has been, side wall has been opened up. So now they got vision as well. And that's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. 4 kills to 0. Finally, there's level 10. But the turn-in is on its way. They're going for the turn-in right now. And boy, that is gonna hurt. Thankfully for Team Kayak, they still got some gems here. So they got 91. But yeah, very interesting to see this happen in the early game. And this could get worse very quickly, because now not only do you have Web Weavers on the way again, second turn-in, but you also got the Bruiser camp and the Siege Giant camp on Route 2. So with them taking those lanes now down and obliterating the minion waves, guys, these Web Weavers are gonna start deep in enemy territory. And especially that bot lane is in real trouble. With the double camp moving in, well, not the double camp, but with the Web Weavers plus the camp, oof, that's gonna get rough. I mean, really, really rough. So they attack the middle since they have already opened the wall up a little bit, but that bot lane and that top lane are both pushing for keep damage. Yeah, arrow is in, Diablo is low, Diablo! Ah, he's actually alive! He's fucking alive! And Hawkeye is dead! How? How did he not die? The Ancestrals seemed so late, but they got it through, and now they lost Hogger, and they're losing hit points everywhere. 5 kills to 0. They got a 3-level lead. Joe just trying to defend the top lane. Everybody is damaging now up at the bottom and in the middle, and the cats, they are just chasing them around here. They channeled the power of the doggies, and they are murdering them. Mephisto, he's dead. The barbecue wasn't even needed there. Horny O is moving out. Keep in the middle has taken damage. Keep at the top is still, and the 9 minutes in and the first keep is gone. 9 minutes. 3 forwards and the keep are already gone, and they're not stopping. They're going for the middle now. They're trying to take another one down. This is getting crazy. The minion wave is coming in, and Rhaegar is doing his best here with the rest of the team. They might have to fall back here, but the damage that they dealt already to Team Kayak is incredible. They're looking for more kills. Big arrow, big damage, big kill. But a potential counter. They're trying to get Drak here now. How did they not die? What? Nobody died on the blue team. Finally, we have Diablo falling. But that's insane. I thought at least 2 of them would fall here, but far from it. They're just crushing them. 15 minutes. Sorry, 15 versus 12. 10 minutes into the game. And we have... Look at the damage here. Top keep. Damaged. Mid keep. Nearly taken down. Johanna randomly dying now also on the left side. Dear Jojo. She's dead. That's gems lost. And they don't even care. They just go for the boss. They want to go for the final blow here. And they are guarding the turn-in points with Diablo and with Yrel. The red team absolutely intimidated. They're trying to get at least a turn in here to counter the boss play that they know is coming. It's not only the boss, by the way. They got level 16. Urel is doing what she does best, hopping in like a boss and just hitting the mace to the face. 16 talents are ready now. The boss is en route, and they got a turn in even. If they want, they could turn in. They're not even doing that right now. So yeah, Draker's there. There's the wall stun. That's actually a big ult now coming through. And we got the Dragon Queen. The boss is obviously going to detect the top keep. Rega with the Ancestral saving himself. And they're buying so much time for the boss to do damage. They're even getting another kill against Jojo. It is a disaster. Game number 1, the Cats, they're showing that they are just on a different level. Yes, they might not be a top 4 team in Europe just yet, but they definitely belong in the top 8. They are one of the team that always nibbles at the top 4, at least tries to. And they are showing it here against Team Kayak as they get 12 kills, 2-1, and they go for the core. We're 11 minutes into the game. All of the keeps are gone. Max experience for the Cats. And this is it. This is a quickie. Game number 1, 17-14. A 3-level advantage as they log in the W in the lead in the best of 3 against Team Kayak. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Battlefield of Eternity, second map in the grand final, and I gotta say, Team Kayak, they went for a quickie, didn't they? I mean, that was a bit of a speed run. They took every single forward and keep down. There was literally no structure standing anymore outside of the core, and 11-12 minutes in, they finished it. Yeah, the Cats, nothing against Team Kayak. Team Kayak, again, they were able to defeat Team Ash and they made it into the grand final here. But still, the Cats are on a bit of a different level, at least in game number 1. So there's always a chance to bring it back, and with a proper draft, they can maybe make that work now. But the Cats are again showing their ambition to make it eventually into the top 4 ranks in Europe. They're not quite there yet. They've been fighting for that for a long time. And especially during the Masters Clash, they also had a bit of a rough patch where they didn't really have the best results. But here in the X Cup, that's a little bit more their territory, and they're currently looking good here. So we got Blaze banned out. Got a ban on Starbucks Boy, aka Hanzo. Hanzo is this guy, again, I've been talking about like him earlier, like, you know, just sitting at Starbucks and going for like that insane convoluted like drink that he wants at a certain temperature with like the extra shots of this and that and soy milk, almond milk, whatever. But honestly, you know what annoys me more? I know, I've been talking about this in the past. These people that go to supermarkets and then stand in line, have to wait. There's 2 other people in front of them, so you have to wait the entire time. And then when it's their turn, then they're surprised by everything that's happening. So they're like, oh my, wait, I put my stuff now on the, like on the belt. Okay, well, and now I have to put it in a bag. What do you mean bag? Do I have a bag? Like, do I need a bag? Like, what do I do with this right now? And now it costs money? Okay, do I have money? Let me see, like, where's that? Like, oh, yeah, like, that €1, like, 2. How much was it again? I kind of forgot. Oh, and I need to still pack. These people piss me the fuck off. I mean, honestly, when I'm, like, standing in a queue at a supermarket, like, I'm fucking ready. The second that they are just putting the stuff through, I have my bag open, bam, 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 everything ends up there. And the second that they tell me how much money it is, I have my credit card in my hand, or the right amount of money, or at least close to it, and then swipe that through and I leave. Why is that so difficult to people? I don't get that. You are at a supermarket. Is that the first time that you're fucking buying something? You have to pay for the shit that you want to get. Drives me nuts. How are people so unprepared for something that regularly happens? I mean, I don't mind if someone needs an extra minute or if someone gets distracted or whatever. Like, don't get me wrong. But these people that just sit there and act like they have like all the time in the world and nobody else is bothered by them, it just drives me up the wall. It's just like, Jesus, there's people behind you. What the fuck is like, Nine! Exactly! Nine!
Nope.
Good that I got that out of my system. Anyways, Battlefield of Eternity is the map, in case that you haven't noticed that yet. So we got Diablo and we got Genji. Lucio, Greymane, and Meridian on the other side. There's your immortal damage right there. So Greymane for the big hits. We got Lucio and we got Meridian. So we got the Stormbolts, we got Greymane. Can follow up on some of that stuff. Genji and Diablo. Ah, Vala. I like it. We got our Vala in the house. That's going to be an arrow build. Don't think that we're going to get a double... Nah, not with Genji. We're not with Genji and just like one frontliner. It's not going to be like a double support and then auto attacks. But yes, either way. Okay, so there we go. Chen and Captain Rex. But yeah, where's the efficiency, you know? We need that efficiency. Not only in the supermarket, also in Heroes of the Storm. Gimme that. That's what we need here. But yeah. By the way, some of these caches, the way that they are working is like, whoo, holy shit. Have you ever gone to Lidl? I have no idea how the fuck they're training these people, but damn son, they are fast. You blink and they are done and sitting there. I was like, yep, that's 2095. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I blinked and all of a sudden everything is through. So yeah, big shout out to whatever training program they're running through at Lidl. I hate the queues that they have. They suck at that. They have way too few of these things open. There's always queues that are way too long. But the people that are just doing their job there, holy hell. Well, that's really impressive, I gotta say. Tychus and Urel, so we got some for the big hitters. They got a Chen and Diablo against them, so Tychus can definitely get some easy damage in against Chen, and he's also going to murder Tychus when he gets a chance there. But we got Anduin for the light bomb combo with Drachia. Okay, the stage is set, everybody. Tychus Greymane against Vala and Genji. Game number 2, grand final. Let's see if Team Kayak can force a third map, or if the cats are going to ruffle stomp them here now and decide the grand final in their favor. Let's go. Battlefield of Eternity. Drakion Genji, Captain Rex on Anduin. Soaking is playing Chen, Budget Illidan or Fat Illidan. We got Hereth on Vala and Horny Octopus on Diablo. On the right side of the map, we got Master Chips on Urel. We got Torjan on Muradin for Team Kayak. And Jayharn and Greymane, Link on Lucio. And Tychus is played by Pepe Hands. Okay, so... let's go and check this one out. Let's see what they can actually do in the second map. Can they turn this around? Are they going to get murdered? Arrow build for Vala. That doesn't come as a shock. And let's have a bit of a look there. So, party time. Oof. Battle.net servers. Hello, hello, hello. I know you're not getting a lot of maintenance these days and a little bit rusty, but that was quite the hiccup there. Okay, so we now got our first stack already for Vala. We have the top lane, obviously, with the two side laners. Nothing insane there. As expected, you got Urel going up against Chen. The real action is happening at the bottom of the map as we have our 4 versus 4. And we got our first kill. Didn't even take a minute. Lauba, is it you? Is Lauba smurfing here? What's happening? Ah, Muradin is dead. Yeah, so we got 1 kill, 0. Genji's already diving in with an attempt to get a second kill. And Vala is here too. So, off we go. Yeah. It's a good opening again for the cats. They got a couple of stacks together for Vala. The more brawls are happening, the easier for her to get the early stacks together. Obviously, her real power unleashes after she has level 4 and level 7 for the Monster Hunter and also the repeating arrow. But again, early stacks kind of matter still. And set things up for the mid and for the late game. So, now we got all the way up towards the top. We got Chen, we got Vala. And here at the bottom of the map, at least the red team was able to get the camp. But Vala is now trying to do that at the top. Now the good news is they're going to get that camp, so it's going to be an even trade. The bad news is that with her now taking towards the top lane, well, they might not even get it. But with her taking to the top lane, my real problem with it was that she is not gonna get any stacks, at least not as reliably as she would here. Missed this one too. Was a bit of a blind one, of course, always anticipating that someone is sitting in the shrub, but that's not quite what's going on there. Now, Murder is rotating over as well, so that's gonna be interesting. Tychus dies at the bottom, Vala dies at the top, so does Greymane though. And it's all of a sudden a bit of a bloodbath here, isn't it? 3 kills to 1, level 4, so the advantage is there. Can maybe do some work down here. Vala dying. Chen still fine. Vala with a repeating arrow now. Only 6 stacks for her. The bigger they are is in as well. So yes, they're going to try and chunk Diablo down and also Chen. And talking about Chen, he's sitting topside still, sitting tight against the 2. Urel is not the only one that can hop around. Yeah. The panda making the big jumps here. Oh yeah. Okay, on the left side, we got Hereth and Captain Rex working in tandem to take the Shaman camp. And on the right side of the map, this has already happened. The first objective is popping up. First moment of truth in the game. How are they dealing with these side lane camps? How are they dealing with the objective? We got the action already unfolding straight for Diablo, as the bigger they are, helps to chunk him down a bit. Should actually give Tigers pretty significant boost here in damage as well, soon at least. Oh, he's not the only one. Look at Vala. Oh, nice stun. Very nice stun, and that leads to a kill. Tigers got completely caught off guard here by the engage from Diablo. He was hoping for a kill on Vala. Very quickly learned that it's not that easy. But Team Kayak is crushing the Immortal right now. They're doing really mortal damage here. Holy hell. That's a halftime show victory without a single one taken. And that's all with the 50% and the 4 kills to 1 that we're now having for the Cats. Vala has a few more stacks together. She's sitting at 11, and she's now trying to counterplay this as the rest of the team is defending their own Immortal. So it's an interesting situation that we have going on for ourselves. Vala was stacking a little bit further. Here comes the attack. Blue team is doing fairly well, but Anduin gets isolated and gets killed. Everybody's low on the red team, but that's also true for the blue team. Vala is still doing work here, but I don't think they can get it. Chen dies too, so that's a double kill against the blue team, and it's a victory on the Immortal for Team Kayak. They just have a bit too much damage with the heroes here on the Immortal, and they're using it. Vala with level 7 later is going to, of course, turn things around a bit in favor of the blue team, but at least for now it is on the objective, the show for Team Kayak. They've also closed the kill gap slightly, 4 kills to 3 now. And we're moving into the bot lane with the Immortal on low shield, but still they will be able to get some damage on the fort. Can they take the entire thing though? That's the question. Always the goal with the first one. Can you take this one down? Yes or no? Oh, tactical pause here by Soaking. Look at that. Yeah, Master Chips and Soaking. They're all sitting at the top. Chen pauses the game. Bit of a 3-2-3 moment here on map number 2. Yeah, the tactical pause incoming. But the shield is gone. Now again, Urel is starting to move back down. Might be just some voice problems, maybe some Discord issues, or somebody really disconnected. But either way, we have level 7 for both teams. That gives us Monster Hunter. That's going to be the big one for the upcoming Immortals after the first one. But of course, the stacks on level 1 will play a big role with this too. So Vala will try to get as many of these stacks together during the brawls that are sure to come. The bigger question, of course, is what's happening now with the bottom fort. Urel is already showing on the minimap that she is willing to move down to the bot lane. And in an ideal world, they would try to push them a little bit farther past the fort so that they can get access to it and take it down. And things are not looking too bad for them. We got Torjan still in. So yes, they are getting the damage slowly in here. But Vala with the double arrow is also chunking the Immortal down very quickly. But here comes Urel, trying to piss them off as best they can. Ah, Diablo gets saved for now. The grenade nearly ends him, but a good save by Anduin. Chen has stayed at the top lane, so he's trying to get some experience for them. But oh boy. Vala moving a little bit too far out and gets immediately punished for it. Lucio the one to hit the last blow. But of course now the fort is gone. And that's solid progress for Team Kayak. Way better for them than in game number 1. Chen wants the kill, doesn't he? Yeah, and he gets it together with Genji. Chen and Gen... Oh, what? No way. They are going to get the double kill, aren't they? No, he's able to get away. That was close though. If he had the cooldown, if he had another Swift Strike, he would have used it to drop him too. So yes, Vala fell, and that also ended the fort. 5 kills to 4. Bit of an experience lead for the red team. So Team Kayak is definitely fighting back now. We're not going to see such a ruffle storm as we experienced in game number 1. The red team is definitely doing their best to prevent that from happening again. They are the ones slowly pulling ahead here. But there is, of course, a Vala factor to consider, as she is going to scale into the late game. And she is starting to hit those arrows. Yeah, Chen is a bit low, though. So he needs to back out. Vala at 13 stacks now. He's about to hit another one. There's one. There's maybe 2. 14 stacks. And Mirrodin, hello? Little Dwarf has to be very careful here. That could backfire. Can't lose anybody right now. Chen has already moved back and is now rotating towards the top side to secure some extra experience for them. They're of course realizing that they're still trailing behind and they need level 10 if they want to contest the next objective. 16 stacks for Vala. Nothing insane, but it's alright. decent stacks. Nothing crazy. We've seen higher stacks at this point in the game, but with 16 stacks and Monster Hunter, you're starting to chunk this. So there's 1 hit, there's 2 hits, and yes, they can get some really easy hits in against this bad boy. Now, Greymane is of course doing the same thing on the other side, so that's something to not forget here. There's the level 10 abilities, no top Kayak plays this time, no top shelf. Nope, we get the triple panda, and we got Stray for Vala. Yeah, Genji. Oh! Holy shit! What the fuck just happened? What a hit! You gotta be kidding me. What a triple kill. What a combo. Guys, check this one out again. That was beautiful. That was a work of art. Look at the light bomb. Look at the ping. Light bomb into Apocalypse stun, and then he comes in with a Dragon Blade and just slices through them. Beautiful play. What an amazing play here by the Cats. That was a work of art, and it won them the Immortal. They get 3 kills with it, and damn, son. That was sexy as hell. Light bomb into Apocalypse, Dragon Blade to finish them off. Losing Chen here, of course, sucks. I mean, that was not really needed. So, yeah, it's a 4 versus 5 now. This could have been way better for them. But again, that was solid. But they're not getting a lot out of it. They have to be very careful at the top now because they just lost Chen. And they might now lose a few heroes. And, well, Anduin is the first one to fall. Goodbye, Anduin. Goodbye, Diablo. Yeah, not the only ones that can get double kills here or triple kills. All of a sudden, we have the Cats once again behind. They did a little bit of damage to the fort, but they couldn't take one down. 8 kills to 8. And guess what? Team Kayak is again approaching. So, that's a little bit weird. Cats were ahead, and now they are getting massacred at the top lane again. Even the ult gets popped by Tigers as they're realizing that they might be able to take another fort down. And that would eliminate, of course, another fountain as a potential top-off spot for the blue team. They got Vala back, they got the entire team back, but the party continues. Talking Vala, she is sitting at 25. Light Bomb, Apocalypse, I've seen this movie. I've seen this before. 1 down. And they are gonna get at least 1 more, aren't they? Oh, maybe not. Triple Panda! And Tigers dies. So did Greymane. So yes, they want that fort after all. Now they're just playing with their food a little bit, aren't they? Level 13 gives us the siphoning arrows. Okay, so there we got another one. And, well, so far so good. So they brought it back. It's a bit of a weird one. Blow for blow, if you ask me. 42,000 damage for Vala. 44,000 for Tigers. He's obviously capitalizing on the bigger they are. But definitely an interesting game now. And the Immortal is now coming up. And as I said, the Vala factor is going to increase as this continues. She is getting more and more stacks together for her level 1. That will make it much easier for them to get the Immortal. By now we got 30 stacks here for her. And that particular damage increase together with the level 7 talent is very, very powerful when you're fighting for the objective. And Greymane doesn't have that continuous scaling in the same way that Vala has now on those damage numbers. So yeah, she can chunk it very, very quickly, and you can also see it happening. Might not necessarily be the fastest right now, but of course as we're heading towards Immortal number 4 and number 5, that's going to be a very, very different ball game, as she's already doing a great job here. So yeah, Stormbolt misses. Immortal, you can see how the balance shifts already. They are about to take the halftime show, but the fight ensues first, and Team Kayak is trying to win it through battling it out in the team fight. Light Bomb, Muritan, low, but so is Druk here, and he dies first. Genji is dead, and now they're losing Diablo, aren't they? Maybe not. But Vala is all of a sudden super far out. There's the Apoc. Vala dies as well. Made it to 32 stacks, but yes, these team fights are not looking good for them. Fort at the top lane is about to be taken out by the minion wave. Team Kayak, everybody. Yep, they definitely recovered from game number 1. They definitely recovered. Now the halftime show is going to be won by Team Kayak anyways. Vala is back in 13. Genji just made it back into the game, but it doesn't really look like they're going to win this one. Talking about the objective, most of them the game. So yeah, 11 kills to 11. Fairly even experience. Tychus is already working on it. Here's Genji. Everybody's back on the map. So they can reduce the shield a bit further, I'd say. Probably not by much. If Vala gets another arrow through, that's the best they can hope for. And yes, she gets that. So they reduce the shield a bit more. 5,000, 6,000 hit points. Still quite annoying. But maybe even a fight that they could try and bait out here. But they lost both forts. So on the top we have one fort that was destroyed a bit earlier. Down to the bottom of the map. This one's still standing. So structurally the red team is ahead. Vala with 32 stacks. They need a little bit more here. They definitely do. Now, Vala's at 52,000 damage. She's actually nearly top damage in the game now. So she's starting to slowly pull ahead of Tychus. And the more stacks they're gonna get, the more this is gonna be a thing. So King is dead once more. And they're going for the two-pronged attack here. Vala is easily dealing with the top lane. No problem for her to burn that Immortal down herself. Level 16 talents are now ready for Team Kayak. But down at the bottom of the map, of course, there's a big attack coming. And with Chen down, Vala needs to help out. So they're trying to save that keep. And I guess they still will be able to make it work. Immortal at the top does a bit of damage towards the keep, but they have to back off. So, no, actually no damage done here. Only the wall has been destroyed. Nice job by Vala dealing with it. Now they have to wait for their 5th to come back, and then they can re-engage into the... Oh, look at that. The wraparound. Yeah, they are baiting another one out. They're just hoping he could just fall for it again. Oh, boy. Chen is on the way. They see him. Do they make a move here? They're already pinging. They're realizing what's happening. Captain Rax... Dude, not like this! Anduin, the light bomb, but it did nothing. The APOC is out, they got the kill, they killed the crybaby. Anduin is dead, the fight still starts, and they take it without a healer. And guess what happens? They lose 1, they lose 2, and they lose a 3rd. The Panda is... Well, Vala is gone first. The Panda went into the ult, might still die, but wants to at least get a counter kill, and cannot get it. Oh boy, he's buying some time for the rest of the team, but honestly there's only Genji left, and well, with the pings you can guess what happens next. That keep is not gonna make it. Greymane in particular really wants this one, and the Immortal is now coming back too. The best that you can hope for is you lose your keep, make sure you don't lose Genji. You cannot save this one. I have no idea what they're doing here. Stop trying. Anduin, get the fuck away. Get out of there. You can't save the keep. It's not working. Just make sure that you're not losing another hero. The keep's a goner. What you need to make sure is that you can fight for the objective. But Team Kayak, big kudos to them. Great plays. It was a fun game. We had some really nice combos already, but now we have 16 kills to 11 in favor of the red team. And they are showcasing that game number 1 is not where they usually are at. 37 stacks now for Vala. But of course, the earlier rotation towards the objective in favor of them. Here comes the action. They are looking for the team fight. The Cats know they're on a timer. They need to win the battle. They need to win the team fight. And I mean, bot lane alone, you have 2 camps moving in here. This is not going to take the core down, but it's definitely going to create an uncomfortable situation for the blue team. Now, they got Vala though, and you can see how Vala, if left alone to her own devices on the Immortal, is absolutely murdering it. So, I'm not quite sure what exactly is here going on with Team Kayak. They try to get the pressure at the top. For good reason. They could threaten the 2nd keep, but they just gave the halftime show up to the Cats, and that wasn't really necessary. So, yeah, top lane with the catapult that is pushing for the keep is already annoying enough. But now Odin has been popped early, 19 to 17. There's a double catapult here, and this keep might fall, but I think they're just going to sacrifice it and go for it. I think they're sacrificing this one. Vala is getting the arrows connected again. Yeah, needs to be careful. Gets hit by Urel and dies. Yep, no chance for her. Vala is gone, and that is a disaster for the Cats. They need a big kill right now, or it's over. And they go for it. They go for the kill, and they get it. They get Greymane. They get Greymane. They want more. The light bomb. They go for Urel, and she's still alive. Diablo is dead. The top keep is about to fall. Bad news for the Cats. Genji is zipping left, right, right, left. They're going for the Panda. And somehow Tychus survives. And this is lights out, I suppose. This is looking like an utter disaster. They lost 4 heroes. They can go for the immortal. Guys, they could go for the core. I honestly don't even know why they're not going for the core here. They have catapults moving in from the top and the bottom. I guess that's the safest way to end the game. They got level 20. They can wait for Greymane to come back and they can go for the objective. But yes, this is very likely going to be the end of it. Seems like we're going to the 3rd map. Seems like we're going the distance. The cats, I like it. Team Kayak. Not sure what happened in the break. Maybe they just went for the coffee or whatever. Can't find Drake here. Maybe caffeine did the trick. Whatever it was, it worked for them. So right now we got them with 20 kills to 12. And I do not know. I mean, the only way that the cats can try and stop this is by flanking in from the side, forcing a team fight, winning it quickly, and then focusing on the Immortal. Vala can take the Immortal down. The Immortal alone is not a problem, but you have to win the team fight first. And that I doubt. That's going to be much harder. Against level 20 talents on the other side, whew. Yeah, that's very tricky. And there's the big red button already being used. They're not wasting any time. They're going straight for the big ults, trying to force this one. And yeah, things are looking very, very good. The Immortal has lost the shield though. Vala is crushing that thing. She's absolutely murdering it, but I don't know if it's enough here. There's the strafe as well. Vala is taking some of the damage, but there's just too much damage. This is going to be game. This is it. We're going to map number 3. Team Kayak, they've done it. They turned it around. They forced the final map. We're going the distance here at the grand final of qualifier number 6. Game number 3. After the first map, I have to admit that I did not expect that would happen. The cats were so dominant on Tomb of the Spider Queen that I underestimated Team Kayak a bit. But as I mentioned earlier, they made it in the first round against Team Ash. And therefore, shouldn't really count them out that quickly. So they proved that they can go toe-to-toe with the cats if they get a draft that they like. And right now, we have Cursed Hollow as our final map in this final. So who locks in most of the points for the ranking? Who gets a step ahead in their attempt to make sure that they are part of the playoffs? That's the big one. Now, we got the bans on some Overwatch. We first of all get rid of Junkrat, we get rid of Hanzo. Both of them are quickly eliminated here. Globals are up. I mean, another map where also Tyrael is a factor, Falstad, Dehaka, all important heroes to be picked here. One of the few maps where occasionally you get an Abathar. Don't really expect it though here. This is very rarely that this is a thing. But there's Lucio. Yeah, look at that. Let the Overwatch hate flow in you. And to take my F out. Alright. So, what's the first pick? What do we get? Are we going to go for a little bit of side lane action? We again focus on the supports here. There are a lot of camps on the map, so picking Rhaegar is definitely a good one. We're talking about Captain Rax. He loves to play as Rhaegar. He likes to play as Anduin. Those are probably the two big ones. But the first thing is Sylvanas. So, Sylph is in the house. I would expect the Rhaegar pick here though. Unless they want to potentially go for a light bomb engage again, which has actually worked very well for them in the last map. Just everything else didn't really work properly for them. But the first combo was nasty, absolutely nasty. Light bomb engage Genji into an Apocalypse, into Dragon Blade was just nuts. And there we got our globals. We get Brightwing and we get Falstad. So already some control over the boss spots with the Gust right there. Which brings us to Dehaka. Are you now locking a Dehaka in for the side lane if you're Team Kayak so that you can counterplay Falstad a bit? That's something that they gotta decide right now. How important is the global pressure to them? And there he is. Dehaka gets locked in. We get Diablo together with him. But now we have at least one global that they can use in order to deal with potential side lane pressure. And Dehaka is of course a great hero on the map. He's fantastic here. But again, bans incoming. Could target supports now. Get rid of Rhaegar, for example, if you're a little bit annoyed of how quickly he's dealing with mercenary camps. Or you could just go for those extra damage dealers that they have. They go for Genji. Yeah, they want to keep the chicken safe. Make sure that Falstad doesn't get crushed. whenever he's jumping in, so yeah. And that brings us to the final ban for the final map. So this is I'm just now realizing this is another map where Soaking could be off to his usual shenanigans. You never know what that guy is gonna pick. They've been Muradin, so they leave his side laners open. Okay. Very, very curious. Probably going to pick this last, but still. Frontline, now that Muradin is banned out, you can still go Jojo here. She has interrupt on the channel. Tyrael, again, as I said earlier, if you want to, if you have the side lane. I mean, Blaze, Tyrael would be nice if they would pick both, but Blaze, I guess, is more or less a given. No, they go for Samuro. They actually pick him. The Monkey King is in the house. They really go for it. Yeah, Soaking has played it a lot on other maps, and of course, sometimes even gets banned, but we still get the Tyrael pick. So we might not have gotten Blaze as I expected, but Tyrael is here. So we have the Sanctification and the Gust for any boss fight that is coming up now. And they could still go into a triple melee, of course, too. They don't have to... It's kind of likely, even. So, on the other side, Anduin and Cassia. Okay. Yeah, game 3. This is for all the marbles right now. This was the qualifier victory. Who gets the most points to make it to the playoffs? Yeah. Here is the last one. Cursed Hollow, the map. Final pick of this one. Let's see what they are committing to. Soaking, he has Samuro. It's the Monkey King, baby. And the final pick is Hogga. Let's go for the big pog. Triple front line. And this sets us up for the final map of this tournament. Let's go. Team Kayak against the Cats. The final map in the best of 3 with Drakia on Falstad for the Cats. Hornio on Tyrael, Herath on Hogga. Captain Rex is playing Brightwing, and Soaking is playing Samuro with the Way of the Wind on level 1. On the right side, Pepe Hans and Sylvanas for the red team. Team Kayak playing with Master Chips on Dehaka, Jehar on Cassia, Torjan on Diablo, and Link is playing Anduin. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, we got a Samuro in the house. Also level 1, the Ardent Restoration for Tyrael. But very, very curious to see what we're getting, especially, of course, from Samuro, but also in regards to the stacks that we now have from Cassia, since we got on level 1 the Thunderstroke. Okay. Well... Already a little bit of aggression out in the bottom of the map. Sylvanas on the other side usually means that you're trying to figure out where does my opponent try to push with her, get some value out of her trade, maybe get some structural damage in. She got the tower down to 60% and then moved back. Gotta do this early so that the rotation is not hitting you too hard. But with Cassia stacking, this could become fairly interesting towards the late game. She can definitely hit pretty hard. Already Brightwing helping out Tyrael down here at the bottom of the map. Okay. And towards the top, the Monkey King. Yeah. Monkey King is in the house. And it's time for the camps. 1 minute mark, camps are popping up. Teams are going for it. Bot lane, yes, Drakia, Captain Rex. It's a 2 versus 2, but of course, again, it's all about the camps right now. A little bit of early game shenanigans, trying to get the towers down, maybe open the side wall up just to see what you can pull off here. Keeping track of Sylvanas as well, and Hornio is doing that very, very well. Pushing Pepe Hands back here and ensuring that Sylvanas can't get too cheeky. All the way up at the top, there's also the ongoing battle between Samuro and Dehaka, and so far Soaking is holding his own. Definitely stalling the lane out a little bit. I mean, both of them at the end of the day, just trying to get the experience here. But we are talking kills, and the first one to fall is Anduin. Okay, so Anduin is down, and they're even trying for more. They're trying to go for Diablo 2. Now, they're not able to drop him, but they get him incredibly low, and they force him to Hearth back. So, nice start for the Cats. I mean, again, tiny victory here, but still, it all matters, right? You pull a few of those off, and it all accumulates. Now they also have the camp in the middle, which means that they can now try and take the wall down, and they are getting mad value out of this one. Oof. There's a tower already, forcing the Dehaka to move over. Captain Rex trying to get away. Yeah, Brightwing might actually die. Sylvanas, now that we're talking about dying, she died. And somehow Brightwing survives. Are you kidding me? Not only does Sylvanas die to fall set down at the bottom of the map, but Brightwing survives in the mid lane. The entire wall is taken. And they get Diablo. What? Yeah, that was... Wow. Cats are angry. Damn. They're really mad. Good stacking for Cassia. I guess that's a plus. But the cats are really angry. Look at this shit. Holy hell. First tribute is up and they're starting to move towards the top. But that was some serious value here. Yeah, Hoga doesn't even go for the camp. Instead, he's just like bouncing around over here. Trying to take the camp. The interrupts are happening. And okay, they are soaking. Just moving around. And likely gonna die if he overdoes it. Not that aggressive. Yeah, they still get their interrupts and the camp was taken. So Hoga used all of that time to get the team level 7. So they have the talent advantage right now. Which in this case gives us also the Purge Evil and the Burning Blade. And that blade is indeed burning. He's already burning that top lane. Takes those minions down. That level advantage, that talent advantage is paying off big time for them right now. Cassia is of course trying to stack as long as she can. And the interrupts are still happening. So there's no successful channel. Even the Haka is now moving in that they have their own level 7 talent. Yeah. Drag is missing. Falstad is down at the bottom of the map. Link is trying to channel, and I guess they're gonna get this one. Yeah. Interrupt attempt is too late. But now that the mid lane got pushed out, the remaining... No, he actually didn't get it. What the hell? They're interrupting it even further. And guys, the Haka is already waddling towards the middle, and he has to because this one is getting attacked. Tyrael is down, but they might even get a counter kill. No, not quite, but they're still interrupting. And this all comes at a cost because the bot lane is getting pushed, but Brightwing has now also fallen, and I'm not so sure if Hoga is making it out either. Hoga gets attacked, but the wall stun doesn't happen because he's already using the unstoppable frames here. There's the channel though, but the question is more so how much damage can they really do at the bottom of the map now? Because that has to be the goal, right? You gave up one tribute and you wanted to trade for structural damage. The problem for them is that together with that, they also lost 2 heroes. Falstad dies as well. Brightwing wants to come in. At least Samuro gets a kill, but he dies too. I'm calling not worth it. I mean, yeah, that's a bit of a clown fiesta right now. So they were diving deep for the Haka. Then Sylvanas comes in, helps out. They lose 2 heroes, barely kill the Haka. Brightwing moves into late. And of course, more stacks for Cassia. And in addition to that, we now have to push... The Cassia stacks at the top, by the way. But right now, we even have the situation right here where they did more damage to the 4-2. It's a little bit wild. Level 10 abilities come in for both at the same time. But yeah, this is a bit tricky. This was sexy. This would have been so good if the Minions would have gotten the kill. I was just holding my breath there for a moment, really thinking that maybe some of the archers are taking her down. Great play by Heras. Nice Hoga moves from him. 10 to 10, 4 kills to 4. And it's a boss, baby! And it has been sniffed out. Brightwing needs to come in here and help out. At this point, you need Brightwing to make a move. Not even. Alright, I'll take it back. It was only Anduin anyways. So the boss gets taken, they sneak it. And that is one of this... This is actually a bit of a risky, but a pretty successful play for them. That light bomb and Diablo charge, by the way, was very much everything but successful. So, yeah, that didn't work out. And now Anduin gets murdered in the back. So does Tyrael, but he still is going to get a bit of value. Gets the explosion. They go for Sylvanas, and she's toast. Sylvanas is dead. The boss is crushing it down at the bottom, and they will get the tribute too. The cats are back to business. They are getting pretty... Oh, yeah, they're trying to fly in for even another one. I don't think they can get this one, can they? No, not quite. Good damage against the Haka. A bit more than I expected, but they can't get the kill. So the boss is still pushing. The tribute is about to be taken. And good shit from the cats. It's a bit of a weird one, right? They pull off a great move, then they all of a sudden start to pretty much int a little bit and throw, just going too aggressive and paying the price for it. And then just a second later, they're again executing a really nice play. Now, they're also taking risks, of course. Going for the boss in that situation was definitely a bit of a risky move. But it paid off for them, and Anduin was just too late scouting it out. So now they can technically even try with level 13 to make a play for the topside boss. They're already making a play for the fort here, and for the Haka. And they are going to get him. Yep, the Haka is down. He's already gone. That Samuro pick is really paying off so far. Good stacks for Cassia on the other hand. She says 45 stacks. So that could in the late game really make a difference. Ah, there are a couple of things to be considered, of course. So are they making the play for the boss here? With the 46 stacks, what does Cassia have? Cassia is sitting at 23,000 damage. Nothing to write home about yet. But we have 28,000 also for Hoga. He has top damage for them at this point. And they're about to lose another fort here. Both forts are under pressure. At the top, it's really Samuro that is making things difficult for them. 47,000 siege damage for him. Nearly the same number that we're seeing for the Haka. Down here, the fight also continues. And they're trying to go for the fight. And the kill. And they get it. They take him down. They're trying to go for Sylvanas. And I don't think she can escape either. She just used the wave. And here comes the move for the Banshee Queen, and she is dead. A double kill at the top, and you know what follows. The fort falls. Great pressure. And of course, now the boss is up for grabs. I gotta say that the Cats, after they struggled a little bit with this push at the top and the first tribute, they are now really finding their stride here. They're getting really good damage out. They make nice moves. They snuck in a cheeky boss at the bottom. Now they're taking another one at the top. The reaction of Team Kayak is absolutely understandable. They realize that the boss will be taken next. It's the logic conclusion of the top fight and the fort being destroyed. And instead, they're trying to just simply go for a quick play against the fort at the bottom of the map. All the way on the other side. Now, Falstad is flying in and they're pushing them back. But now the topside boss and level 16 are about to be ready for Kayak. And even worse, with level 16, they should be able to get the curse against the red team. Because the next tribute is going to spawn at the bottom of the map. And they gotta defend the top side. Falstad is everywhere. I mean, you look at the minimap, they are just everywhere right now. Brightwing is holding the middle, gets the experience there, can now help them out as the team is fighting. Light bomb, Soaking, they're still trying to go for it. They give the camp up, but the battle isn't over, and Soaking got caught and he dies. Was it worth it? Nope. Not really. So that was, again, a perfect example of being a little bit too greedy. All they had to do is wait for the curse, use level 16, and take the fight there. Instead, they thought that they could outplay and out-rotate them again. This time, Team Kayak was ready, and now they are one man down as the tribute spawns, so they might not get the curse here. A little bit too greedy, and they're losing more, aren't they? Hoga! Yep, he's dead. Hoga is dead too. Tyrael pushed the top out a bit. Gets, of course, experience for them as well. But this is a freebie. They could have had the curse, or at least a great position fighting for it. And now, instead, they're going to lose their bot lane fort. Yeah, sometimes their risky plays pay off. Sometimes they backfire. We all know what that was just now. So, yep. This is it. Still playing it out. Oh, careful. Drag here. Yep, he's still alive. They're trying for the light bomb again. Cassia isn't here. Neither is De Haka. Okay. And all the way topside, here's the play now as well. 10 kills to 7. We already have down here at the bottom of the map another boss in play. And since both teams have 5 on the map, they could just now try to make the moves here and risk it. Go for the big fight. Winner takes all. Well, it's not quite that bad. But winner could maybe take a keep. And of course now the stakes are raised because now you have a boss that could be fought for and a tribute. So now you have both. Cassia with the 62 stacks is also starting to take over in the damage department. She's sitting at 33,000 against the 34k. Yeah. And both of them are eager. I like this though. This is really nice. So they got the siege giants at the top and they got a catapult here. A poke! They want the kill! And Tyrael, He goes for the shockwave. There's the sanctification. Cassia is down. Cassia is dead. So is Sylvanas. Both of the damage dealers are gone. Dehaka wants a counter kill, and he barely misses out on it as Captain Rex escapes. Diablo, not so lucky. He is going to survive? Wait, what? Typical case of, well, I got him. No, you go for it. So yeah, they actually wanted to take him down. They could have taken him down. All of them thought that they had it, and they didn't. So Diablo survives. Means that he doesn't lose his souls, but of course the result at the fight here is the same. They get the boss, and yes, they get the curse too. They get both. So, boss is claimed, and now they can go for the curse. They could even time it a little bit if they wanted to. Yeah, they could cancel and then try again, but they don't. Plenty of time on this one. 2 levels ahead, 12 to 7. So, yes, off we go. Big battle for the bot lane now, for the bottom keep. And look at Samuro. Samuro is already at the top. They're attacking on all 3 lanes. Falstad is in the middle, Samuro's at the top, the rest is at the bottom with the boss. They want more than just a keep. And here's the fight as they're trying to go for the team battle. They tried to go for the Siege Giants. They got them this time as well. And they go for, of course, also all the experience to a quick level 20, which they lock in now. The Wind Strider is in. This is a huge opportunity to decide the final in their favor. The top keep is falling. It's gone. In the middle, the damage is going to be there thanks to the curse. And even more important, down at the bottom of the map, it's going to be the fight for the core. The keep doesn't stand a chance. This is the second one to fall. There's the sanctification. The core is already losing shields. This is a disaster. Diablo is dead. Team Kayak. The Kayak is leaking. And the Kayak is sinking. They lose the core, they lose the game, they lose their heroes. 70 kills to 7, a 2-1 victory in the grand final as the Cats lock in the win at qualifier number 6.